Hey guys, in this lab we are going to make a access control list, but it will be through object group. So object group is a way of configuring access control list with more information and to be better organized. So it gives the chance to configuring multiple protocols and the rules inside of this access control list. So I will also I wanted to implement here time range here, but for this version of this iOS it's not allowed. So for some reason I cannot apply in the object group. So I will go straight forward in the configuration. So I will allowing router 1 and the router 2 reach router 4 and router 5. So I will apply some services that they will be able to connect over there. So the one that I will use here will be router 3. I will set inbound direction on the gigabit 02 here for receiving the inbound traffic from router 1 and the router 2. And let's go straight, opening the console terminal here. So to show that it's not possible to configure the time range here on this iOS version, I will try to apply. So for maybe in the other versions it can work, but for this one it's not possible, and the time range is the kind of a configuration that will allow us to set the permission for be accessible. So I will set the clock first. We must set the clock. Set clock. It's been a long time I did not configure this. Clock set. Clock set, I will say that will be 1 p.m. and the 49 I will apply this. And here will be March 4, 2026. Yes, that is the configuration of my clock. And here the next configuration will be the time range. This is not so until this moment it's possible, but when this kind of a configuration fails is when we needed to apply on the object group. So time range, what is the time range? So I will apply work time, and here I will say that this will be available to access periodic. What is the time that will be periodic working? Will be on the weekdays. So that will be 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So that is the time that I will show time range. So this is showing that is in active mode. So the next configuration that we are going to do here will be implementing the object groups. So object groups work this way. First is implemented the source address, destination object address for the destination address, and then allowing the protocols that we want to permit to run or deny the protocols that we want to put inside of this object group. So the main purpose of this is being really well organized and allowing multiple roles playing inside of this objective group. So first is the objective group of the source address, objective group of the destination address, and then the services that we are going to apply, that is the protocols permitting or denying. So here in this case I will go straight and forward, config terminal, objective group, and then after these three configurations of the source, destination, and the protocols, we need to set the access control list and make a match. And at last we need to put this on the inbound direction that is in the interface gigabit 02, and we also need to make allowing on the access control list inbound direction the OSPF for do not stop the protocol running here. So here will be objective group network, and here will be I will call this LAN to router 5. So this will be the to access here this guy. So here I will say that what will be the network address that will be part of this objective group allowing to cross here. 192.168.12.0, and then here 255.5.5.0, 192.168.13.0, here 255.5.5.0. So I set the source address on this objective group. The next thing is to destination objective group. So objective group, I will call this that will be network 2. I will call this router 5, right? And then here will be the IP address of the router 5. Let me take this. Show IP interface brief. So I go back here on the router 3. These two IP address will be the one that I will use here. Host 172.1.5.5 and the host 5.5.5. This is the destination. I can exit here. So the next thing is allowing the protocols that we want to implement in here, to allowing to that router 1 and the router 2 can cross router 3 and the access the information on the router 5, allowing or denying. So objective group, so here will be service. So I will call this app router 5, and here will be TCP e-key. I will say that I will use www. So here will be TCP 4043, TCP e-key SMTP, the next will be that I will allow The next will be UDP key Simple Network Management Protocol, and also I will allow this domain. Right, this is the protocols that I want to allow in router 1 and router 2 to reach over there. Yes, after this I can exit here. So I needed to create now the access list, IP access list extended. Needed to be extended. So I will call this inside, and then here I will say question mark and then permit. So here is the problem when we want to apply the time range that will not work prepared on this version. So I will say permit object group. So there's a sequence of this object group that we are going to give in the permission. First, it needed to be the protocols, and then the inside direction, the inbound, and then the outbound is the last one. So the first object group that was the apps router 5, and then object group LAN to router 5, and then object group router 5. So here the configuration until this moment it works. So if I try to implement in the time range work time, it will not work. This will not work because I don't have this, and in this version it doesn't work. So I only have the options to configure the log and the log input here. Right. So will be without the time range. So there's another way of configuring time range, but I will not apply this because it needed to be one by one on the inside of the protocols. Actually, let me go back there and try to see if it works. Let me go back there and check if there's an option to set this configuration. Copy, and then as I already applied this, it's running. So I will say here object group apps. So let me try to go back and check that TCP key www, and then let me see, there's no option also to configure here the time range. It's not possible. This version is not allowing this. Alright, let's continue with our configuration. So if I asking the information here, show object group. So you see that this is running. Show, this is the configuration of the object group. Show IP access list. this is, as this one is inside, I needed to allow in the protocol config terminal IP access list inside extended. I forgot to apply here the command extended. So I will say here permit OSPF any show IP access list. That's good. Show object group. That's it, really good. Now we are going to implementing some rules for access router 4. Let's go straight and try to access router configurations to the router 4. I'll just pick up the IP address of the router 4. Show IP. Show IP interface brief. So this will be the IP address that I will configure as the destination. Let me go back to the router 3. Here on the router 3, I will make the same steps: config terminal, object group. So what will be the for reach? So in the first the first configuration that I did, that was to router 1 and the router 2 reach router 5. Both of them was available, but for now I will just let router 2 available to reach router 4. Object group, so that will be network, and the name that I will say LAN to router 4, right? And here question mark, I will say I will use here host. Here I use 192.168.12.0 and 255.255.0 and the host loopback. That's it. Only router 2 will be able to go and access those informations on the router 4. Okay, so after configuring the source, you need to configure the destination. Here will be object group network. So it will be router 5, no, router 4. Router 4, and then press enter. So what is the, so it will be host 172.1.5.4 and then host 172.1.46.4. That will be the host to access, and then exit. So now the next step is to create the service. What will be the protocols that we are going to use? Object group service. What is the name? Epis router 4. So here I will say that they will be able to question mark. Okay, I will say TCP key port 1521, TCP EKEY 8443. So the next will be TCP UDP EKEY 389, and they will also allow ECMP. That's it. I can exit. Now we need to apply this configuration on the object, the access control list. In the inside, right? IP access list extended inside, and here will be a permit, right? Let's give it the permission, permit, and will be the same rules that we set before. It cannot be different. First is the protocols, the source, and the destination. EPIs, router 4, object group, LAN to router 4, and then object group, router 4. Yes, that's it. And after we make this, we need to apply the configuration on the gigabit 02. Interface gigabit 02. So well, it's not necessarily to apply this, but we want to make this to everything work good the way that we expect. So I will say IP access group, inside inbound. That's it. Show IP access list. Show object group. And then this is the configuration of the object group. That's really good, right? So let's try to make a quickly test here. So let me see here. Config terminal, line VTI 04, transport input all, login local, okay. So config terminal, username will be admin, password will be Cisco, right? And then here will be what else? IP, HTTP, server, security server, and security port. Right, so show IP interface brief. So I'll try to make Telnet with this interface here. So I'll come here on the router 2, go back router 2. Let me post this here. Telnet post and then 4043. So this is showing that the connection was established. Thank you for watching, guys. See you all in the next video. Bye bye.